good afternoon, and welcome to the Happy Half Hour. I'm Leigh Kubin.
I'm Sandra Priestley. Welcome to the podcast.
Happy Thursday.
Okay, so I'm on this no alcohol kick.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in a store with Shay, and I noticed this. I don't know if you've heard of this product. It's called Bloom.
Okay.
It's like a superfood latte. And Shay said, "Oh, you should try this. It was salted caramel. Who doesn't love salted caramel?"
Mm-hmm.
And it's plant-based, it's caffeine-free, and it's refined sugar-free.
Okay.
So
And
we're gonna try it.
oh, you haven't sipped it yet.
Could use some sugar. Anyway, okay, what are you drinking today?
Well, I have my peach water, but I also have a bottle of Conundrum,
Oh,
which
that's cool.
it's like a cab mix, but I
Oh,
loved the name.
yeah.
And
I like the
I,
peach. I like the peach on the top and the label.
mhm.
I don't know, it's just kind of cool. You know
And
what
I,
I find interesting is the blends these days. Remember in the good old days, there were no blends.
right,
There were no rosés
right.
years and years ago, but now
Mhm.
there's like blends.
All kinds of stuff. Yeah.
I had the coolest call yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Coolest coaching call ever. This is like, I don't know. I love these moments where, like, okay, so 3 women that I worked with so far have made $1 million or more.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this is my next millionaire. Like, I can just feel it so strongly.
Can I ask you
So
a
this,
question?
yeah,
Have you told her that?
no, I have not. I should have. I was just in the moment listening, but I know I can tell you it's going to happen. It's going to happen. She is going to be an author. So she was just prior to her 30th birthday and she wasn't feeling good,
Mm-hmm.
diagnosed with MS.
Mm.
She uses a walker sometimes, she uses a cane sometimes. She is like fabulous.
And how old is she now?
Um, I would say probably around 36,
Okay.
36-ish now. And she has a marketing degree. And
Mm-hmm.
so she's been just working with e-commerce companies. And she's just, she said, I just want to sit on the beach and write copy, write. And she said, from the time I was 8, I was writing stories about my friends, fictional stories about my friends. And I'm like, oh, fuck, that's the magic right there. The shit that you would do as a kid just for fun, like never in a million years
Yes. Yes.
would I just sit down and write a book about my fucking friends. Like, no. But what was I doing? Wallpapering my room so I felt less shitty.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
always counseling someone, talking to someone, coaching someone, giving someone my advice, listening to my intuition. And so I feel like when you just get into that, like when you move into that, it's just magic.
Yeah.
So she said, I just want to like sit on the beach with my fucking cat named Charlie and I want to write. And so someone had told her that she needed to be on LinkedIn. She said, I was like avoiding it like the plague. Like I had a LinkedIn account. It had been sitting there for a while. I didn't want to introduce, they told me to introduce myself. I didn't want to introduce myself. I was so fucking scared. And now when I look back, that's stupid. But she said, I was so scared. She did it.
Mm-hmm.
She's in avoidance of it. And then she finally just pulled the trigger and did it. So this person that she used to work with, that they had become friends, this man,
Mm-hmm.
is out and says, Ashley, what are you doing? And tell me what you're doing now. And would you want to speak at an event for me? And she's like, she said, I'm always this person that wants to say yes, that wants to take the risks. But like in the back of my mind, I was going, yeah, I would love to do it. And in the back of her mind, she was like, I can always get out of this. I can get out of this. I can get out of this. I'll get out of this. I can get out of this. Right. Like she, we do that. Like we say, and then we like, we're trying the escape hatch.
Yeah.
And she forgot about the fucking thing. So then he reaches out to her and says, hey, we've got all of the people, the tickets are bought, your name's on the list, on the things, everything is all done. The marketing is all done. When are you coming in and what hotel are you staying at? She's like, shit, now she can't back out.
Right. It's done.
She's panicking. She's thinking, what if I have an episode and I can't walk? How am I going to bring my walker? Should I bring my cane? What if I can't? What if I lose my voice again? Because it's a progressive disease.
Mm-hmm.
And she went anyway because she couldn't back out.
Yeah.
She got on stage and she fucking rocked it. And she has never spoken before like that. So she said she got into the audience and she was listening to, like, there was 3 of them that were speaking, her and 2 men. She gets into the audience and she's connecting with these people. And she said this one woman she just thought was amazing. And it was an e-commerce or a B Corp event.
Okay.
And she said, so what is it that you do? And this woman goes, oh, I'm running for Congress. And she's like, in that moment, I thought, what the hell? This is not my life. I do not have conversations like I'm the expert with a woman who is running for fucking Congress. Mm-hmm. Wow. And she said it was like she had to take a whole week off just to integrate, kind of. Like she said, when we were talking, it was still this moment of, this can't be fucking real.
Wow.
They went to a bar that was owned by this band that she had listened to years ago. And she met these powerful, powerful people who thought she was amazing. Mm-hmm. And she's just like, whose life is this?
Yeah.
And what's interesting is she said every single person that she met, it wasn't like a networking event where they want something from her for free or they want her to pay, right? It was like, what can I do to help you? It was a true networking event, right? It was like, what are you doing next? And she said she kept getting the same message over and over and over again. What are you doing now? What's next on your agenda? What are you doing now? Where are you going to go from here? And she had this marketing business. She was going to create an agency. And so she said to me, I feel like I am in this space where I don't know what the fuck to do. And it's like, yeah, because you had this plan. It was a logical plan.
Safe.
For who you safe, you know what you're doing. And now all of a sudden it's like the universe, I feel like God, the universe, the angels, spirit, reward was like, oh, fuck, thank God. We've been wanting you to post on LinkedIn. Yeah. Go, here's a gift. Yeah. And because she just kept saying yes to all of these things, can you do this? Yes. Even when she was scared, even when she was,
do it scared. You have to.
You're never going to take any action if you don't do it scared. Mm-mm. And all of a sudden she's in this space of like thinking bigger, dreaming bigger, being bigger. And so I was talking to her and I said, well, you've been writing since you've been 8. Why are you not writing? Mm-hmm. Why are you not doing a book on your journey with MS? Yeah. Your journey of moving through all of it. And she said, well, I've kind of got it written down. And I said, and I want you to call it Now What? And I got full chills she will be a best-selling author with a book called Now What? Because it's about more so, it's like, this is the shit that you've been handed with. Now what? Like, now what the fuck are you going to do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, because often we get handed a pile, like, you know, a flaming bag of dog shit
Mm-hmm.
placed on our step or our desk, or
Yeah.
and we whine and we complain about that.
Mm-hmm.
And look at all the limitations instead of going, okay, well, this is a fucking really, you know, a gift wrapped in sandpaper,
Yeah.
and put it in shit. But now what? Like,
Mm-hmm.
now what do we do with it? Now where are we going to go with it? Now what is the next step? This is a situation we
Yeah.
have. Now what? I'm telling you,
What a
what
book.
what a book. I'm so obsessed with it. Like, I'm so obsessed with it. She will,
Wow.
and she can go and speak, and she can do that,
Yeah.
you know, when she is well, and then she can relax,
Rest. Mm-hmm.
rest
But
after. Yeah.
that's the way it happens. We get the nudge to post on LinkedIn or to do whatever little thing. We're freaking terrified. And we do it anyway. And it just points us in that direction. In its movement. And that's when the opportunities and possibilities and things just start coming up.
Yeah.
And you never know what's going to come out of it.
You never know. Like, the thing that she says now is like, when I look back, I don't know those fucking people on LinkedIn. Like, why do I give a shit what they think about my post? And what's interesting is the person who wrote the post was a certain person. She became someone completely different when she's sitting next to a congresswoman,
Mm-hmm.
potential congresswoman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now she said, now looking back, as I sat in that chair next to her, I'm thinking, why was I so scared to write a post? She's going to run
Right.
for Congress, right?
Mhm. But
Like,
we,
now she looks back and she's just like, that was ridiculous to be scared of, but
yeah.
it was very real for the person I was before.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes those first steps are terrifying,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
horrifying. But if
Yeah.
we don't show up for them, we don't grow. And it doesn't take us to that next level. And that, I mean, we just stay stuck.
Isn't that weird though, right? Like, it was just like she just leaped. It was a quantum leap, like they talk about, right? Like, it was just like she just moved from the person that she was to this person she barely recognizes as herself.
Yeah. Like
But
pinch me.
seeing her on stage, like seeing the pictures, is just like so
Now,
meant to
how long
be.
ago did she post on LinkedIn?
I don't know. It was numerous months ago.
Oh, so it's recent.
Oh yeah, like she posted it. He came back and said, "Would you do this?" She said, "Sure." And then she forgot about it. I feel like she forgot about it like 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
And she just spoke at this conference last week. So it's like new. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. And she's sitting in this, like, you know, caterpillar to butterfly,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like sitting in the chrysalis going, whoa, this is a goopy fucking mess. Like,
Yeah.
what am I going to emerge like?
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
so we have a conversation of like, what do you fucking do when you're sitting in this, right? You just
Mhm.
take the next step.
But sometimes we don't know that we're going from a caterpillar to a butterfly. And we
True.
think that everything is collapsing
Yeah.
around us
Very
because we
true.
don't know that we are transforming.
Yeah.
But once you know, like,
Yeah.
oh,
I know.
oh,
It's
then
so,
you get excited.
mhm.
What fucking color are my wings going to be?
Yeah.
You know? Is there going to be some purple in there and some blue and
Mhm.
but that is a good place to be.
I know.
But it is a good place to be when you're sitting in awareness of it,
yes, exactly.
you know? When things are happening and it feels out of control and scary and you don't realize. And I've been through that before
Mhm.
where I didn't realize in the moment that I was just turning into a butterfly.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
does.
everything was collapsing.
Right. And, I was thinking about this too, about how many times I have been in that situation where I retreated,
Mm,
where I thought, like, I was asked to speak this one time by a girl who she wanted me to speak to a bunch of government employees.
mhm,
And they were all EX level, so executive level. I can't remember how many there were, but it was like throughout the government. So it would have been a large crowd and all executive level.
mhm.
And like ministers, deputy ministers of the
Yeah.
government said yes. I asked her what she wanted me to speak on, and I said yes. And it was very much the same of like, oh, I don't think I can do this. Oh, I'm not sure that I should. This is bad. I got to get out of this. Like it was exactly the same. And that was the energy that I kind of put forth for it.
Mhm.
I felt like I energetically bitched out. Like I totally did. And then she came back and the conference had been canceled, budget restraints or something. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
So they canceled this I think it was travel. So they canceled this conference so I couldn't speak at it. But I mean, I feel like I often look back on that moment and think that's such shit. I totally could have rocked it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and what would I have looked like on the other side of that?
Who would you have been?
Would I be? Who
Mhm.
would I have emerged on the other side of that? Not that I haven't had other situations that allow me to grow
Oh,
into who
you
I am.
you have. Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, hmm,
Well, and that's the thing is that sometimes we do miss opportunities, right? We become chickens
yeah,
sometimes and we don't show up and we always get another shot.
yeah,
There's always that next thing. Now,
yeah.
don't say no all the time. People will stop asking. But if you do have a moment where you just freeze, go
Yeah,
back, overcome it.
exactly.
I've
Yes.
have a rule that I can't say no. I mean, unless it's like a scheduling issue.
Hmm.
But if someone asks me to speak, I'm going to speak.
Right.
Like now, it's of course, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's kind of how it felt. That is how it felt. I mean,
Yeah.
it was exactly the same as my clients. It was like, holy shit, like she said yes, but thought I'll get out of it. And that is exactly the energy that I had. I said yes, but
Mhm.
I can always get out of this. I can say I can't travel. I can find a way out of it. And then
Right.
the universe provided it for me because that's where my energy
Mhm.
was.
Yeah.
It was spending more time probably for my client. She forgot all about it. So she wasn't spending any energy avoiding it. But
Right.
I was actively putting this like, fuck, what am I going to say? I don't know. I'm going to need a PowerPoint. I fucking hate PowerPoints. Like just being a basic bitch.
Hmm.
And the universe fixed my
Amen.
it fixed my problem.
I've been getting ready for my talk that I've got in less than 2 weeks.
I'm so excited.
And it's interesting because I feel like I've completely compartmentalized it. Like I haven't gotten anxious, fearful. Well, I've got it written. I put my
Nice.
speech together. It won't be word for word but I want to have some things ready to go to, because when I get there and I see 75, 100, 125 women, however many people are going to show up, I don't want to be like, oh shit.
Right. I know.
And so I want to have plenty to talk about and things to cover. But it was interesting because I finished it Monday of this week. And I'm so like, after I finished it, I was like, fuck yes.
Aw.
This is gonna be good. So I'm good at taking my feelings and putting them in a box and sticking them over in the corner. Like,
Mhm.
nope, you don't have time to use this as an excuse to distract you from the important things that are happening today. And I don't know
Mhm.
when I learned that, because it wasn't, I mean, it was recently. It was in an adult life.
Right.
I was very much not like that as a kid.
Hmm.
I worried about everything. I'd obsess about things and be fearful. So I don't know when that shift happened, but I'm grateful.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hmm.
I think that I've definitely been the person who kind of proceeds with the fear more so
Oh,
a bit,
hmm,
but I still feel like I can't compartmentalize it. I still feel it feels like I have the fear and I acknowledge it and then I'm choosing to like ignore it. Like I'm not
hmm,
I don't know that I can separate it out. That would
yeah,
be an amazing gift of like, this is just what I'm going to do. And I'm going to focus forward and I'm
yeah.
going to go.
Now,
You know,
don't
like,
get me wrong. On the day of the event, and probably when I'm pulling up to the venue, I'm gonna start getting sweaty palms and like, oh shit, that's when the fear kind of sets in, that you have to go,
yeah.
get your
And
ass in
then
there.
stage, is it like just before you go, that's what it is for me. Just before I get onto stage, like it's like I worry about it until all of a sudden they're just about to call my name. And then I feel this like rush of
Mm.
excitement. And it's like, let's fucking go, Priestley.
I think for me, it's as soon as I start talking.
Hmm.
Like once I'm talking, then I'm like, okay, you're safe.
Yeah.
But it's focus for sure.
How often do we sit? Like I've been sitting just feeling like, fuck, like I can't bitch about the situation that I'm in
Yeah,
and then not the steps forward to do something different.
correct.
So I'm kind of thinking in the last little bit, I've really been paying attention to like, what is my self-talk?
Hmm.
What am I frustrated with? And what am I doing to change that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want this bitchy version of me in my head over and over and over and over and over again,
Hmm.
you know? And
Yeah.
so a lot of times it's just like, okay, well, what's the decision? Will this decision take me closer to where I want to go or not?
Right. Keep me
If
further from it.
if it's exactly,
Hmm.
if it's taking me closer, it's a yes.
Yeah.
Sure, it's a yes.
Hmm.
And
And
I
we
think
should do that with everything.
we should.
Is this thing going to help me get to where I want to be, or is it going to keep me from it? Whether you're talking about your career, your weight loss, your relationships, your money,
House,
your
your house,
house, your
right? Like
house.
you're going to bring in your house. I say this like feng shui wise, right? Like if you're going to purchase something and you're going to bring it into your house, look at it. I mean, it might just be a fork. Like who gives a fuck? But it could be a nice fork or a plain fork, right?
Yeah.
Like what do you want to feel? How do you want to feel it in your hand? Like, I mean, it could be anything.
Anything, anything.
It's like, is this going to take me farther away from my goals or closer to it? Is this going to give me the vibration and the energy that I want to feel in my life, that that next level version of me feels?
Right.
Or is it going to be the cheap ass fucking version because I want the wooden spoon?
Right. Right.
No one, or no one likes the wooden spoon. Do you remember those little ice cream cups that we used to get as kids and they had that
Uh-huh.
like sort of
That little,
stick.
mm-hmm.
The stick, I don't remember the ice cream, but I do remember how the stick tasted. It was gross.
I can still feel it, like the way it felt on my tongue.
And now we've gone back 50 fucking years because now we're using wooden spoons. Ew.
Ew.
I gotta
I
with the fork, a metal stainless steel fork in my purse, maybe.
just carry it with you. But
Right.
I think we're about out of time.
We are.
Hey, this was good.
It was.
Well, thank you, Sandra, and thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next Thursday on the Happy Half Hour. Bye.